Hey everybody, Happy New Year. It's 2018, so it's time to look forward to the movies that are coming out this year. Now, we're obviously excited about Black Panther, Infinity War, A Wrinkle in Time. There's a bunch of stuff coming out this year that we're all really excited about, but here are a handful of movies in particular that we're really looking forward to. '18, Happy New Year, everybody. T, thanks for being here.
Hey.
And Jess Joho, Mashable's entertainment reporter. Thank you for joining us. This is your first time here on a round table.
Yes.
So, 2018, a lot of stuff to look forward to. Looking at all the movies that are coming out this year, we're going to talk about the ones that we're most excited about. But just overall, like when you were going through the list of movies that were coming out in 2018, what does this year look like? Is this going to be a good year for movies?
I wasn't too thrilled because generally when you're just like movie releases 2018, Google gives you like that little column of posters across the top bar, and I was just kind of scrolling through and I was just like sequel, 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 sequel. So it's a lot of sequels and follow-ups. Not necessarily a bad thing. Godfather 2, hello. Sometimes it's great.
And largely, I think it falls on where you, like, how did you feel about the first one of these movies? So, or how excited are you for the second? Because there's some like, as much as I love The Incredibles, I'm not excited about The Incredibles 2 because I think The Incredibles just needs to be The Incredibles. And that's, you just stay over here, and it has a perfect little spot in my mind.
I think a lot of people are very protective of certain properties like that they love, and when it was never really presented as something that would be a franchise from the start, they get a little prickly about it. I mean, that actually segues perfectly into one of the movies that I am excited about, which is Sicario 2. And I say it that way because that's the way Taylor Sheridan pronounces it, and that is in fact how you pronounce the word. So come for me in the comments, I don't give a f. But Sicario is an excellent movie. I love it so much. Part of Taylor Sheridan's sort of like trilogy, if you will, was Sicario, Hell or High Water, and then I started to say Mystic River, Wind River. Sorry, Clint Eastwood. Anyway.
Well, I'm also a fan.
But yeah, Wind River, I mean, I talked about it so much last year. I saw it when we went to Sundance, and it just really hit me. I can't wait to rewatch it. I rewatched Hell or High Water recently, and I've seen Sicario a handful of times. One of the most exciting writers, now writer-directors in the game, and he did, in fact, pen Sicario 2. And the interesting thing about Sicario is the ending of that movie, without spoiling anything, it does lend itself to continue the story rather well. The first movie is more about Emily Blunt's character, but I feel like there's a lot to be done with some of the other characters, if I get specific, that will kind of ruin the movie for you, who are more secondary or tertiary in that film. And I was just like, this could be a great TV show, which is something like, it's kind of
Kiss
like...
of death.
Yeah, it's the kiss of death.
You do not want to hear that.
It's also like a very, like, I felt very trashy even. I was just like, don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
I want to spin it off. But to hear that there's...
TNT could really ruin this.
Yeah, they can make it nice and gritty like Southland. But I really loved the first film, and the fact that Taylor Sheridan has returned to write this one gives me a lot of faith in it.
I'm really excited for You Were Never Really Here, Lynne Ramsay's follow-up to Kevin, sorry.
We have to talk about Kevin.
Yeah.
Or we need to talk
We
about
need
Kevin.
to talk about, everyone always, she loves to do these like kind of phrase titles that like no one ever really gets right. I wasn't like actually like 100% behind We Need to Talk About Kevin. I think like her as a director, she's incredible. She totally proved that. But like plot-wise, it wasn't totally like down for it. But I think she has an incredible grasp of tension and keeping things from the audience. And now she's doing this kind of like psychological hitman thriller, and it seems like it's a lot more than it, appears on the surface. And I think also like just in general supporting women directors at this time, like really talented, promising female directors, is really important in 2018. And the movie kind of seems to be speaking to kind of relevant themes in this moment right now in the Me Too movement, where it's like, it's basically about like a sex slavery ring, and like, corruption of power and abuse, so it's really, I think, going to be a relevant, like eye-opening entry into 2018.
And Lynne Ramsay does good, because we need to talk about Kevin. It's apparently hard to say.
Right, I know.
It was one of you mentioned building tension and everything. It was one of the most tense experiences I've had in a long time watching a movie. Like, even just the scene where she goes to talk to Ezra Miller and he's just biting his fingernails. I could hardly watch it. Like so she's a really incredible filmmaker.
Right, yeah. And I think she's going to bring like a lot of like brutality that I think like Logan satisfied my bloodlust.
Oh, yeah.
That I think like this is really going to hit that sweet spot.
I'm gonna go the other way. I'm really looking forward to Annihilation, Alex Garland's next film.
This would have been on my list, but you basically got dibs.
I snuck it in there before. I was like, here's mine, you guys pick yours. Alex Garland obviously has been doing great work for a long time, but really, really made an impression a couple years ago with Ex Machina.
Big time.
It's everybody's favorite movie that year, it seems like. Been really, really excited waiting for his follow-up to that. It's got Oscar Isaac again and Natalie Portman, and the supporting cast is also great. Tessa Thompson is in it, Jennifer Jason Leigh's in it as well. Very sci-fi. Alex Garland's approach to those things, he does that thing where he mines like the really human side of something very fantastical. If it was like in writing 28 Days Later, the human element of being part of a zombie, being in the zombie outbreak, and Ex Machina is the same thing, dealing with AI. So dealing with some like bonkers, potentially alien thing happening in the middle of the wilderness and like what that means to the people that are investigating it. There's always an extra layer of relatability to the science fiction that he writes, which is really cool and really interesting. So any other honorable mentions, any other batshit things that we're excited about?
Let's
Are
get into
we
it.
going to legitimately be excited about The Meg, which is Jason Statham versus a prehistoric shark?
I mean, when you say that, obvious fucking Lee.
Yeah.
But
Sold.
I will say I've never seen like a Jason Statham solo outing. I haven't seen The Mechanic or Speed. What are those movies called?
Crank.
Rush? Crank. That's
Crank.
right. Yeah. Crank. I've never seen any of those. They're all the same. It doesn't matter. I feel like if you see the trailer, you see the movie. But they don't have sharks.
No.
Prehistoric shark. That really. Now you got my attention.
What's scarier than a shark?
Yeah. Dinosaur shark.
Dinosaur shark. Yeah. And look, obviously there's Black Panther, which is going to be really cool. There's
I didn't want to say that one because everyone was expecting me to.
yeah, I was very surprised. A Wrinkle in Time. I'm very excited about
very
that.
much so.
And again, going back to this year as a whole, I think there are some movies that are worth big movies that are worth being excited about. I'm curious to see every year something comes out of Sundance. I mean, there'll be the Big Sick and the Wind Rivers of the world and things like that come out of Sundance that we just don't know about yet. So, I don't know, 2018, are we excited about it on the whole?
Yeah.
Sure.
Great. Okay, well, that's going to do it for us.
Yeah, I guess we may as well let you guys know this is my last roundtable on CineFix. It's time for me to shuffle off this channel as well as this mortal coil. I'm moving on to bigger and probably worse things.
But you're not actually dying.
I'm not, I mean, as far as I know, I shan't be passing away. But yeah, I've been with CineFix since before we even called it CineFix, back when we affectionately / jokingly referred to it as Filmtown internally because we didn't know what the hell to call this channel. But after a couple hundred episodes of various shows, including things you didn't know, I think I know all the things and I am moving on.
Well, we're going to miss you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll still see you in real life. So
I
that's
hope so. God, I hope so.
Things you didn't know will be carrying on. It's in good hands with John, who's right behind the camera here. He's super funny and talented. So you guys will be getting your fun facts, tasty hoots, and hot cans for you guys.
Which is something
never
you
made it on the
guys
show.
Don't even get. That's just a joke that T and I get.
If you would like to keep up with me beyond this, I am on YouTube as well as Instagram at Nappy-Headed Jojoba. Instagram, it's like 90% pictures of my dogs. So if you like dogs, good on you. But I'm also here on YouTube where I make videos about caring for your Afro-textured hair and fitness challenges and things like that.
And that will do it for us. Let us know in the comments down below how much you're going to miss T. And also, let us know what you're excited about in 2018. Let us know how wrong we are about our picks. The usual stuff. And we'll see you guys next time on CineFix.
Bye forever.